Now that we know who you are and what you can offer, let's turn our attention to the external environment. To effectively position yourself in the marketplace, you first have to understand the environment and where you fit into that environment simultaneously. To this end, we're going to use a simple but powerful strategy tool called a SWOT analysis. You're probably familiar with it. As you can see on your screen, a SWOT analysis looks at four things: strengths and weaknesses relative to you as a consultant and your consulting practice, and then opportunities and threats relative to the competitive environment. I've used this process numerous times with executive teams as well as with individual consultants, and it works because it's so simple, and it does make it easy to get the clarity that you need to move forward with your branding and strategy development. So let's get started. There are 5 steps to completing your SWOT analysis. The first step is sort of a pre-step. So now that you know who you are and what you have to offer, you need to do some research on those who could most benefit from what you have to offer and who else is offering what you're offering. This is your market research on the potential client's environment as well as the competitive consultant environment. There are several categories of information you will want to collect, such as obviously the types of companies that can most benefit from what you have to offer, the size and the industry of those companies, then the industry trends and economic conditions, and then who within the company would most likely write a check for your services and or sponsor a project with you, the expectations and needs of potential buyers and past patterns with using consultants, current patterns with not using consultants but doing the work themselves, and then the competition and so on. Second, start your SWOT by first looking at opportunities. Now, opportunities are those positive things that are going on in the marketplace that you can capitalize on. So based on your market research, what do you see are the positive trends? What are the changes in your potential client's industry that you could actually leverage? And what are your potential clients asking for that you can provide? So for example, in 2008, many U.S. companies were forced to downsize in reaction to the economic recession. But in 2012, business started to return and economy's getting better, but many organizations now struggle with those inefficiencies in their internal workflow and structure as a result of those decisions that they made back in 2008. So this is creating a huge market need for consultants who can help address organization and workflows, decisions, and optimization of the internal efficiencies. Another example is the rise of social media and the impact on marketing and customer acquisition and retention. That is creating a huge market need for consultants with an expertise in technology and the web. Third, assess your threats. Now, threats are those obstacles or challenges that you might face in getting business based on competition, industry changes, or client buying trends. So based on your market research, what are the obstacles that you might face in getting business? What are your competitors doing, and who are those competitors? Are those other competitors other consultants or clients typically trying to do the work themselves? Is what you do really distinct, or is it redundant with what a lot of other consultants are doing? A threat for me right now is a trend that many companies are growing via mergers and acquisitions versus organic growth. So this is creating a pressure for short-term numbers, and that pressure is extremely intense. So for many executives, it makes it hard for them to fully engage in the transformation work that they would really like because of that pressure. Also, with business coming back, many companies are staffing up to handle the type of work that they may have leveraged external consultants for. Fourth, given what you know about your expertise and the value you create for your potential clients, what are your strengths as a consultant and a consulting practice? What do you do particularly well? Why? What do your current clients particularly appreciate? Why? What sets you apart from other consultants? Why? This is another reason why you will want to poll your existing clients and ask them, in addition to what value or outcome they receive by virtue of your partnership, what is it that you do that's better than any other consultant that they've ever worked with? When I started my consulting practice back in 2007, I interviewed all of my best clients and I asked them these types of questions. I'll never forget the discussion with one of my clients who told me that what I did best was take an existing fire and make it burn brighter and stronger. So what she was saying in this context was referring to my track record as a catalyst with the really smart senior executives and executive teams in igniting their potential. But yet in that same conversation, she told me that where I was less effective is when I got deeper in the organization with leaders at lower levels of the organization or the executives that were struggling, which brings me to the 5th step. You have to know your weaknesses, not to make you feel bad, but you want to know what's not a part of your brand as much as what is in your brand. And the 5th step can be looked at as your areas of opportunity, meaning that there are some challenges that you might face that you want to overcome. For example, if you lack business development skills, or you have low cash reserves, or you don't know how to close a deal or create a proposal, or you have little to no market presence, Those are weaknesses that no matter how you feel about it, you have to address them in order to create a profitable business. And then there are things that I would refer to as non-strengths, which are those things that you don't have, and even with effort, you probably will not do exceptionally well. For example, to address my clients' feedback about my lack of effectiveness with struggling leaders, I decided that there is a very viable market need that I want to fill, but instead of me personally doing an adequate job, I offer this service via strategic alliances with other consultants who do have this skill. I have an expertise in qualitative research, but not so much in quantitative. But I still want to meet the opportunities in the marketplace. So I partner with another consultant when I want to offer customized employee engagement or 360-degree surveys. Absolutely download the worksheet associated with this video. When you complete the worksheet, you will have clarity on how you fit into the marketplace and what your differentiators are. And when you're done, join me in the next video where we will build our ideal client archetypes.